Welcome to another episode of the story behind the car. And holy cow, this is a good looking car. It's a 1969 Charger, and we're with Terry. And Terry, can you tell us a little bit about the car?
Yeah, the car is made in St. Louis on second shift in Fenton, and me and my boy flew to Phoenix and bought it and drove it home.
So, originally made here,
It
here
was
in
made
St. Louis.
made here in St.
Was it
Louis.
sold out in Phoenix?
Yeah, it's an Arizona car, so the hole underneath the car is just solid like the day come out of the factory. No rust in it, nowhere.
Wow.
The wheels I bought at a flea market. I get $5 a piece for the wheels, and it cost me $35 to have each wheel polished out.
Wow.
And that was about 25 years ago.
Yeah. How long have you had the car?
About 30 years.
30.
I restored it myself. When I bought it, it had 7 coats of paint on it. And on Chrysler, all the color, the whole body is all one body color code. In the engine compartment, the trunk, everything is all one color.
Okay.
The back seat is still original; it's never been touched. But the rest of the interior was all ate up out there, so I had to replace the new
From the sun
seats,
damage, I guess.
sun damage.
Was it a driver when you got it, or was
Yeah,
it parked?
he was a driver,
Yeah.
and like I said, it was orange, kind of reddish color, and like I said, it had a crack across the back deck lid. And I stripped it down. It had 7 coats of paint on the very bottom coat was this color here. And
Oh,
this,
so that's how you knew?
yeah, and this is
Yeah.
the original color to the car. I mean, it's not factory painted the paint, but I redone it myself and repainted it myself.
Yeah.
I never painted a car in my life, and I stayed up all night long, and I was scared to death about it. And I said, well, when I started, I said, well, it's either gonna be done right, or I'll screw it up, sand it down, and repaint it again.
And
So,
this is your first attempt at painting a
yeah,
car, and this is still the paint.
still original paint, yes.
Wow. That is amazing. I don't see any flaws, fish eyes, orange peel. That's impressive.
Yeah, and I stayed up all night redoing it. I got a book up here that showed all my steps that I did on it.
Okay.
This is the original motor in it. It's got a 383 Magnum. Everybody when I say 383, they think it's a Chevy, but this is a Mopar 383, which is a wedge motor,
Okay.
and it's the factory engine that came out of the factory with it. And it's a factory 4-speed car.
So I've heard of the wedge, but I don't know what a wedge is.
Okay, wedge is the block. It's like this.
And I'm going to back up a little.
A wedge is like this.
Okay.
Like this. Chevys rolls straight up and down, but all Chrysler engines are wedges, so the stroke is more straight up and down in it.
Okay.
So that's why they call it wedge motors. And this is a big block. They got a 440 Hemi or raised deck, RB block, which is a raised deck, which has got a quarter-inch more stroke in it.
Okay.
Okay, but this here is just a stock 383, and it comes. All Chryslers come out of the factory, Magnums, and they're all 10-to-1 compression. 10-to-1, yeah, 10-to-1 compression. It's got a 3/4 cam in it. But everything else is, I put electronic ignition and did away with the points in it,
Okay.
and everything else is factory original car.
And your master cylinder, is that? I just want to get a little closer. Is that
And
original as well, or?
no, I have a problem with the leaking brake fluid coming out of the top of the master cylinder.
Yes.
So somebody told me put a 70 master cylinder on off a truck, put on
Okay.
it would be still. So I'm still doing it. I still have the original master cylinder at home for it. I still got the original valve covers at home for it, original intake for it, and I still have the original radiator for it. The reason why I put aluminum radiator in because I could drive it.
Yeah.
With the other radiator, I couldn't cruise because you get about 275, 250. It would get hot.
Yeah.
So I put aluminum four-core aluminum radiator in it, which cools down to 600 horse, and I can drive it.
And I'm sorry, you said it was a factory 4-speed?
Factory 4-speed, yeah. Still has a Hurst 4-speed shifter in it. It still has the original wood grain steering wheel in it. And that console don't belong to the car. It's not bolted, but I need something to hold my soda.
Yeah.
So I don't have it bolted in there. It's just set in there. I could take it out.
Yeah. Okay.
But
How many miles are on it?
I don't know.
Yeah, no big deal.
The steering, I got a whole new cluster. I got to take the whole steering, this here all back out, and I got to put a new speedometer housing in it.
Okay.
I have it at home. I just ain't put it in yet. But
And is the headliner original?
second time because I bought these Charger emblems, and they go on the side, and I had to cut the headliner out so I could put these in, and then I put a new headliner back in it.
Holy cow.
Yeah,
I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, they got holes on the side, and these go in. That thing there cost me just the thing there was $150. I had to
Yeah.
buy two of them, one for the side, one
And
for
I
the
guess
other.
there's nuts on the other side.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you got to take the whole headliner out to get it on to tighten them on.
Yeah.
And then I put a whole new headliner. But the back seat is still original. It's never been messed with. That's still original the way that come out of the factory right there. But I replaced all its new seat covers, door panels. I got pictures of it before I started on it,
Yeah.
and you can see how bad the interior looked. It was all just ate up.
And I'm going to
But
move around to the passenger side just to get a little of that.
this is all original, but still got the original metal in it, except the right front fender. I had to put a right front fender on it.
And a white interior, that had to be pretty rare, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Most of them, I would say, had black.
See, here's the color right here. This is what it looked like when I bought it.
Okay.
And then here's what the engine compartment is, but they're all one color. Mopar is. And I polished it. This was there was a fair we done warranty. I took it through. But yeah, that's the same car. And then I got back here. Here's some of the interior here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's my grandson.
Yeah.
But
How old is he now?
He's about 23. There, see, here's the car. Here's the color. They had a crack across the deck lid and 7 coats paint, and I restripped it, and that's the color of the car. There's the original color of the car.
Yeah.
I took it all back down. Here's the interior in it. It was all bad. And I restripped it all down to bare metal and redid the whole thing myself.
Now, did they have any lead in it back then?
Yeah. It was on the back wing.
Yeah.
Here's the motor restored to here.
Okay.
Engine center, restored the engine. I redid that myself. Here's it all back together.
Yeah.
See, now it's going back in the car. They did this all in a one-car garage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And here's the car coming back to color it is.
I thought they did lead in these back in the day, and I don't know when they stopped doing lead, but
here it is, all painted now. Getting all painted up.
Okay.
See, it ain't got the taillights in the back or nothing.
Yeah.
See, now she's coming together. Yeah, that's my toy.
Yeah.
But this fender I had to replace because it had a big dent here. It had about that much Bondo in it. So
Okay.
I took it off, put a new fender on the side.
Well, it is just a gorgeous example.
Right here is where they have the on the inside right here. This is where the lead's at. Right here.
Okay, the seam.
Yeah, they got the seam right there.
Well, thank you so very much, Terry. We really appreciate it. I do want to get your back end.
That's all original. That's the original bumper. I had to have it re-chromed.
Yeah.
But everything else is the way it is.
In the car that was in Bullet, what year?
Bullet, that was a 68.
68?
That was a 101 Charger. It was just a regular Charger, but it had a Hemi on the side of it. It was like there was 101. That was 101 made.
Yeah.
And it got destroyed. And also in 69, when they had that chop cut rebuild, when they was doing that Charger, that was a 101.
Okay.
They destroyed that car too because they put disc brakes all around it. If it's a 101, you leave it alone.
Yeah.
We'll do everything to it. They changed the interior in it. They did different, put the different K-frame in it. When you do that, that takes away from being 101.
Yeah. Absolutely.
This color code here. This is one of 227 Chargers painted this color without a vinyl top on it.
Wow.
Without a console in it.
Yeah.
But everything else is original. It's got 323 gears in it. But this is the way you bought it, except I put the wheels on it.
Yeah.
And it's a disc brake car. It's got disc
Oh,
brakes
is it really? Factory disc brake?
Yeah.
Well, Terry, it's a beautiful car. Thank you so much for showing it and telling us the story behind the car.
You're welcome. I'm glad you guys took time to check it out.
Thank you again.
I don't show it much. I don't register it because there's too much favoritism in car shows.